The World Cup just got bigger. A lot bigger. We're talking 48 teams, 104 games, 3 countries, and a brand new round that didn't exist 4 years ago. FIFA basically rebuilt the entire tournament from scratch, and most fans have no idea how it actually works. So here's what we're doing. In the next 6 minutes, you're going to understand the full 2026 World Cup format, from the first group stage game all the way to the final. No confusion, no filler, just everything you need to know. And trust me, there is one part of this format that sounds completely broken the first time you hear it. Stick around for that. The old world. Let's start with what you already know, because context matters here. For the last 3 decades, the World Cup had 32 teams, 8 groups of 4. Top 2 from each group go through. Simple, clean. Everybody understood it. Then FIFA looked at that system and said, what if we just didn't do that? So they didn't. 48 teams starting in 2026. The World Cup expands to 48 teams. That's 16 more than before. 16. That's basically adding an entire extra World Cup's worth of teams to the competition. Why? More countries get to participate. More regions get representation. More football. Also, and FIFA would never say this out loud, more games means more money, a lot more money. In theory, this is great for global football. In practice, it means the whole format had to be redesigned from the ground up. And that redesign is where things get interesting. The group stage. So you've got 48 teams. How do you organize them? Here's how FIFA did it. Instead of 8 groups of 4, you now get 12 groups of 4. 12. Each group still has 4 teams. Each team still plays 3 games. Same old group stage energy, just more of it. Groups A through L. 12 little mini-tournaments happening at the same time across 3 countries. So far, so good. Here's where it gets interesting. In the old format, top 2 from each group advanced. 8 groups, 16 teams go through. Easy math. In the new format, top 2 from each group still advance. 12 groups, 24 teams go through. Still pretty clean. But here's the thing. 24 is not a great number for a knockout bracket. You need a power of 2. 16, 32, 64. So FIFA needed 8 more teams. And their solution? They took the 3rd place finishers. Every group has a team that finishes 3rd. 12 groups, 12 third-place teams. FIFA takes the 8 best ones, ranked by points, then goal difference, then goals scored, and those 8 teams also qualify for the knockout round. So yes, 8 teams that did not win their group. 8 teams that technically came 3rd. They're in the round of 32. This sounds unfair, it kind of is, but it's also how they get to 32. So here we are. This is the new round. The one that didn't exist before, the one that confuses everyone. 32 teams make it out of the group stage. 32 teams now enter a knockout bracket. Win, you advance. Lose, you're on a plane home. This round is called the Round of 32. Simple name, massive stakes. And by the way, if you're one of those 8 third-place teams who snuck through, you now have to play one of the group winners in a knockout game. Immediately. No more group stage safety net. You know the type. Teams that barely scraped through, maybe on goal difference, maybe on a tiebreaker, and now they're in a knockout match against a group winner. High drama. Every single time. From the round of 32, the format becomes completely standard. 32 teams enter. 16 survive. That's your round of 16. 8 survive after that. Quarterfinals. 4 teams make it to the semi-finals. 2 teams reach the final. 1 team wins the World Cup. There's also a 3rd-place playoff for the 2 losing semi-finalists. Nobody really wants to play it. Everyone watches it anyway. Total games from start to finish, 104. That's almost double the 64 games played at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The tournament runs for about 6 weeks. It's enormous. It's chaotic. It is going to be incredible. One more thing worth knowing. The 2026 World Cup is hosted by 3 countries simultaneously: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 16 stadiums across North America, 11 in the US, 3 in Mexico, 2 in Canada. Group stage games are spread across all 3 countries. The semifinals and the final are hosted in the United States, MetLife Stadium in New York. That's where the final is. Capacity, over 80,000. The logistics of running a tournament across 3 different countries, 3 different governments, and 3 different sets of stadiums is genuinely mind-bending. But that's FIFA's problem. Your job is just to enjoy it. So here's the full picture. 48 teams, 12 groups, 24 group winners and runners-up, plus the 8 best third-place finishers make 32. 1 new knockout round. Then the standard 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. 104 games, 6 weeks, 3 countries, 1 World Cup. Remember at the start I said there was something that sounded completely broken? That's the 8 third-place teams, technically losers, still in the tournament. And honestly, those might be the most interesting stories of the whole competition. So here's the question worth thinking about. Does expanding to 48 teams make the World Cup better, or does it just make it bigger? That's a debate worth having. If this breakdown helped, subscribe, because every major tournament, system, and rule in football is going to get the same treatment, and it only gets more interesting from here.